Everybody to another live session with Date Affirm the Real. I'm Marcus. I will be your host, moderator, and everything tonight. Tonight we're going to be talking about pee in the dating pool. So, the reason we're talking about pee in the dating pool, earlier this week, Kia, the co-founder of my baby, actually posted a video with Dr. Umar Johnson about taking men's responsibility and accountability in how we are raising the next generation and what we're doing for boys to become men. And that brought to my attention, well, that's the same thing about what we call it. Women say pee in the dating pool. You know, what is pee in the dating pool? You know, why are this, that, and others? It actually goes hand in hand. You know, Dr. Umar Johnson, I actually agree with a lot of his stuff, and I disagree with some of his stuff. But what I totally do is I do respect him. I respect him as a man and a black man. He speaks his mind, he speaks his truth. And for any man, that's what the most you could ever give, the highest respect you can give somebody. So let's get into it. Pee in the dating pool. We always hear talking about pee in the dating pool, or poo-poo, doo-doo, shit, whatever you want to call it. What we do with it, how it got in there, when it comes to dating, and what we got. And a lot of times men will always say, no, this not the pee or the lack of quality men in the dating pool. We can defer it as to sometimes the angry black woman. And in previous sessions, we actually talked about the angry black woman. We could actually refer back to another live that was done with Kia and who? I think it was Tam was on doing the angry black woman. I can't recall, but it's on YouTube. I'll post a link. I'll post a link in the on the YouTube video. And we discussed it and some of the things about it. But let's talk about what men usually say. You know, it's the angry black woman. Like, I personally think a lot of it could be bullshit. Why we say that they're angry black women. Are there some? Yes. But some of the reasons is bullshit. You know, one of the things men say, women say, I could do it on my own. I don't need a man. Yeah. You probably can do a lot on your own. You can do this on your own. I agree with that. You know, don't mean you can do everything right on your own, because there's no perfect situation, no perfect method. But let's think about why they had to do it on their own. And this is kind of what he was saying in the video. When this video I was referring to, you know, I'll post it on the YouTube page, and those here in the Facebook group, it's pinned at the top. And it's, you know, a lot of you probably already watched it. Matter of fact, I know a lot of you already watched it because it shows. And it was talking, one of the things he said, you know, why they had to do their own, because some of the things that society has put, you know, black men through, and continue to put black men through, you know, through incarceration, targeting, you know, not getting a fair shake, especially the incarceration, because we know a lot of men are in jail. And when men are in jail, who's left to raise the family? Who's left to raise the children? You know, so a lot of times the women had to do it. You know, had to play the mother and the father. You know, they had to show the young man how to do his tie. You know, tie a tie, things like that. You know, and when that breaks down, it can lead to certain trends. It can lead to certain anger or discontent, if that's a proper word. But things like that can have an effect. And you know, as our daughter therapist said on multiple occasions, it takes generations to actually break a curse or a cycle. But we have to break them. And that's what now I'll address that later. You know, and with that single parent home, I can remember, especially a lot of times when I was growing up, a lot of families was single parent, and I didn't think too much of it. I remember several times, especially as a young adult, and then people say, your mom and dad still married? I'm like, yeah. You been married your entire life? Yeah. No, I had a dual parent home. I had the disciplinary father, and when I kind of think back to it, he didn't give me a lot of whoopings. A lot of us can understand the impact of a strong male, and just when they tell you or yell at you or look at you strong, it's the worst pain. Like when you're in trouble or you think you're in trouble, and your father or the man didn't have to touch you, and you felt all that discipline. Yeah, that's what I had. And sometimes I think a lot of places we're missing that. And this is another thing I want to touch on a little later and coming into this. Now the fathers in the house. Another thing we talk about, the fathers in the household, that also leads to less pee or doo-doo in the pool, because I'm not saying it's required, but it damn sure makes it a lot better. Because I don't want. The reason I say it's not required, because I don't want to knock the hustle that the ladies are doing when they have to be mom and dad. Because if they don't, who's gonna raise the child? And so I'm never gonna knock, like I never knock another man's hustle to earn money, or ladies or woman's hustle to earn money. I'm not gonna never knock another person's hustle to raise a child. Because when it's done in love, the basis is done in right. Another thing that says men are about angry black women. A lot of them, you always say, men ain't shit. They're no good man. What the fuck is a good man? What quantifies a good man? Hell, I know I'm a good man. If you let me tell it, I'm the shit. I'm not perfect, but I'm damn good. I'm curious. In the comments, give me a one-word answer. What's a good man? What do you think? What do y'all think is a good man? Because I got three off the top of my head that would signify the qualities of a good man. Yeah, Kia, baby. Yeah, I am the bomb. Don't worry about that. Yeah, but I won't explode on you. Wink, wink. She says, one comment says committed, loyal, understanding. Yeah, those are great qualities. Another one is patient. Yes, I agree. Those make good men. Those make for excellent qualities for a relationship. Three things that came up the top of my head when I think about what's a good man, especially in relationships. One, provider. Two, protector. And three, leader. So three things. Those we three basic elements that will help make a good man: provider, leader, protector. And anybody or any lady looking for a relationship, I bet you they'll agree with those three qualities at a minimum. Let's think. Provider don't necessarily means you don't have to work, or I'm going to take all of care of everything financial. It doesn't necessarily always mean that. Necessarily mean those things. Provider means make sure we have a stable home, we have food. We making sure we have enough and not more to get by, to make sure we are surviving in this world. Leader, making decisions, right or wrong, good or good and consequences. Leader, standing by it, to enough that with every good leader, somebody would love to follow. We can get into that leader stuff a little bit more in another lesson or another live. Protector. Nothing says protector more when she's in your arms. She says she feels safe. When she can let her guard down, when she can just breathe. Those are just some of the basic things that we would say are a good man. And I don't think anybody here on this session would ever disagree with those three things that I said, along with the other things that was said in the comments. Patient, committed, kind. Let's see what one of the comments said: honest, loving, goal-driven, patient, good communicator, leader, genuine, compassionate. I couldn't think of just one word. All right, Floyd. I know you are. One word has never been you. You came out the womb crying in full paragraph, so I understand. All right. Now, those things we all said are taught and learned. How to provide, how to protect, how to lead. Those are taught and passed down for generation, from one generation to another generation. I know there's some veterans on this chat in the group. And when I was in the Navy, one of the sayings was, good leaders are made, not born. I can believe that, because we have to be taught certain things. If you could follow anybody, but it don't make some good leader. You know what I'm saying? Because when you follow somebody, you could follow somebody off a cliff, but hell, you both gonna die. So when we put that in reference to the dating pool, we put this P or this dude in this dating pool are not good leaders because they didn't teach them. They're not good providers because we didn't teach them. We're not good protectors, didn't we teach them? In the video, the reference that he made a lot was, it's our fault for the angry black woman. We have to take accountability. Men have to take accountability for that. And I agree with a lot of that. I really do. But I do also, he said in the video that we said was 100%. I don't necessarily agree with 100%, but we do have to take accountability for a lot of it. I don't want to get into percentages, but yeah, we do. Because I think women also take accountability for the men in the dating pool as being garbage, as well as being in the dating pool of not good ladies or women for men to choose from in this dating pool. Because guess what? Let's say we create this angry black woman. This proverbial angry black woman. What then? It's passed down. One creates another. And another and another. You know, Kia, my baby, always say, if you know better, do better. Let's break cycles. And what I mean by that also is, when we choose who we talk to or who we try to date, don't choose shit. If it's nothing but murky water in this pool, don't jump your ass in it. Because if you don't choose the P, eventually the P disappears, or it starts getting cleaned up. I always say a woman has power. And what I mean by that is, if you don't choose at all and never for that man who's, let's say, what we deem as not good men to date or have relationships with, such as I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but in my book it is the saggy pants, the no job, not the ones who don't take care of business, the non-leaders, the non-protectors, non-providers, the non-compassionates, and all that. Once we accept those and they can get women to do that with them, to accept them who they are, for how long, for how short, they're never going to change. Sex is a powerful drug. What I mean by that is, even if you don't have a relationship, if I can get sex, this is my man talk, if I can get sex, we always don't want to change. You take the sex away and not being chosen, you reevaluate who I am and what I'm doing. All right. So one of the comments, hold on, it's a long one. So Kia has a comment. So FYI, if you know me, I don't read very well out loud. So it says, we can compare this to slavery. Stay with me here. White people now say it's not my fault that my ancestors had slaves. I didn't do it. The men now say I don't do it. Wait a minute. The men now say I didn't do it, so it's not my issue. We all have room to contribute more to society to avoid the poo-poo and ray-rays. Okay. Then the poo-poos and the ray-rays. Damn. Country ass. I have to deconstruct that, but I'll get to looking and reading too long and dissect it, and I'll be a whole different tangent. I don't focus long on nothing. Let's talk about the white man. Let's talk about it for a second. To bring up a point that was actually brought up in the video, through mass incarceration, and the deterioration of the black household. We all know about it, and we all would look back on it, and we see it, and we all see what's happening today. But guess what? I'm not going to accept it anymore. And if it was done in the past, I'm not going to let the past define a brighter future. You know, a lot of times, getting off a little tangent, but a lot of times you hear about black men not being good fathers, not being always being present in the kids' lives. That's bullshit. A lot of men, a lot of black men, they're there fighting the father life. They're there. They want to be there. And I know there's different circumstances that sometimes prevent, but they're there. We gonna, and I'll never take that away. I know a bunch of good black men who are fathers. I know a bunch of good black men just because they're not living in the household because their parents are not together, or they're not together with their spouse or their mate, a person or the mother, don't make them less of a father. I know there's men out there who will drive 2 hours just to watch a basketball game their kids are in, or a school play, or anything. So we don't. One thing I would never do is accept the stereotype that the black men are not fathers. They can go to hell with all that. Happy Father's Day. Happy belated Father's Day, damn it. About to go for another tangent. So, but back to another point about choosing better. So a lot of women, we have to choose better, so they men to do better. You know, that's the accountability that on one half of the gender. You know, but let's talk about the other half. My side, my half of the gender. Let's take our accountability in proportion or into account. You know, we could be great fathers. This was brought up in the video. We are great fathers. We damn good fathers. But there's people who don't have fathers. How often are we damn good community people? How often are we present in our community? When it comes to that, I know I ain't shit. I'll be first to say doing the community, I ain't shit. I could be a great father, but I ain't shit in the community. I need to do better. You know, what about the young men who fathers who say are incarcerated and they can't be taught the proper way to be a man? About the boys whose father has passed away through illness or whatever. Who's there? How about being present to show, let's think about it, boys and girls, right from wrong. You know, we have our own issues. Even when doing right from wrong. You know, how often when you see something bad in the street going down, do you stop and say, hey, stop this, this is not right. Especially for our community. You know, we often see, thanks to social media, we often see a lot of issues, negative issues, you know, with our young generation. We talking about the fighting, the cussing, this, that, everything that's wrong. That's the highlights to everything that's wrong. You know? And with that highlighting of that's wrong, and it's showing how fundamentally broken that some things are in our community, and how fundamentally stupid some of this young generation is. If I see what you're doing on the video, that people around you highlighting it, or you video yourself doing something stupid, makes you stupid. And guess what? If they're not corrected, they grow up to be stupid. And what does stupid get you? Pee in the dating pool. That poo in your dating pool. So now, what does the woman have to choose from? Stupid. Who's gonna help raise her children, or if they have children, or if she already has children, who's gonna help raise them? Stupid. It's like planting a seed. If I want to plant an apple tree or a peach tree, I put an apple seed or a peach seed so that you can become a big tree. I'm not, but if I put a rock in the dirt, I'm and look for a tree, it's stupid. You know, with us not being present in our community, it's making our boys soft. It's hard to be a leader, protector, and provider, and you soft. And I know I know what us men gonna call soft boys that grow up to be men and soft men. Yeah, it starts with a B, ends with an H. I know, and I'm not gonna say it, but you know what it is. But we gotta take accountability for that. The softness. Now, I'm posing all these issues. But I'm not really giving any answers. I can expose issues all day. We need to make sure we come up with a solution. You know, letting stupid people who or lack of proper mentorship is going to keep the dating pool full of pee or poo-poo, whatever you want to call it. And it's going to make it harder for the women to break this cycle of choosing, as they say, the Ray Rays and Pookies and all them. I know some Ray Rays, so I ain't going to say it. All the ones that's the less than quality men. Because a lot of times, what's the driving factor that you choose these low quality men? Loneliness. It makes it harder. Hell, if I want to go on a diet, that's when the laugh comes. Well, say I want to go on a diet, I have to go with calorie restriction. I have to eat less. But my body's hungry. I want to eat more. So it's kind of hard, right? So the same thing. I don't want to be lonely, so it's hard to leave this low quality dudes where you found them. But as men, we have to make sure they are better quality men. By make sure the younger men, the generations, are able to become better men for this dating pool. You know, and let's look on the other side of the spectrum. Men have to get in this dating pool, and they look at, man, this is some murky ass water. Man, these women out here ain't no good. You know, they ain't this. or they don't do this. They don't do like this used to do, or the women back in the day, or here go one. What are you bringing to the table? I'm gonna go for a little tangent with that one. I used to think that way. I used to say, what's she gonna bring to the table? But I would think, when I think that way, I was thinking financially. One, now I think if you're a good quality woman, I don't give a fuck what you bring to the table, because I'm gonna have the table set any way I can. Provide. But a good quality woman is coming to help you be a provider. Make sure you have what you need to help provide. So, what you want to bring to the table? At this stage, when you have a good woman, you don't care what she brings to the table. If she's a good quality woman, maybe you just be at the table. I'll take care of the rest. You can. What you want to bring to the table? Okay, let's talk about it. I want her to bring support emotionally. I want her to be that listener. I want you to be my peace. Bring that to the table. The dumb stuff. Bring that to the table. One of our DAR members was posting something, clips and excerpts. And that's what made me think about I need be my peaceful place. When I come to you, I shouldn't expect arguments or what I gotta do next. That's not what I should be expecting. And this is what we need to teach. This is what I challenge ladies to teach generations, the next generation. Not what a man can do, not what a man can do for you. Teaching them what can we do to make a relationship better. I challenge them to teach what a man is supposed to be. I challenge them to make sure the younger ladies know what to look for in a mate or a partner. And men and women, we all need to challenge each other to notice what they call the red flags, right? We always talk about the red flags. The mentorship is not just for the men. The mentorship is still for the ladies. And what I have noticed, they tend to do that way more than men do now. I don't know if it's now or been like that, but I noticed they do a lot more of that. You could actually go on Eventbrite and you'll see women's healing circles, or this circle, or that group gathering, this and that. What are we doing as men? There are men out there who are putting the work in, mentoring, teaching. Those are damn good guys. And those are men I will always get utmost respect to, because I'm not doing that, which I need to be doing. So like I said, I ain't shit at it. I ain't shit for that. I'm a good man, but on that end, I ain't shit. But we have to take accountability. So I am personally saying I am sorry to all the ladies for the shit in the dating pool. I contributed to that. So I'm sorry. What can I do next? That's a big question. What can I do next to help rectify this situation? So I'm gonna put a challenge out there to everybody that's hearing this. DM me in the group, or if you're out in the YouTube world or the podcast world, send an email, datethereal@gmail.com. If you in need of have a group, if you have a mentor group for young men, and you need my help, I'm willing to give my time. And I challenge any man out there who's willing to give their time to do the same. There are family men. I know a bunch of it. Just listen that's in this group right now. A few that listen would jump at the opportunity to mentor the young men. And I was thinking, like, I'm not rich. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not this and that. I don't have to be that. One of the things that said about what makes a good man was be present. I could be present. You know, I know right from wrong. I know this. I know that. I know this. I can do that. I know I can prepare this and that. I'm full of knowledge on multiple things. But I could damn sure show how to be a provider, a protector, and a leader. And I keep referring to this video because it was a lot of information in that little segment. And how it relates to the quality of our boys becoming men. And it was talking about, and one of the things it was talking about was like the role model now is rappers, athletes, celebrities. How the fuck is your rapper is a role model? I'm not saying all rappers, but the majority of them, how the hell are they your role model? One, a lot of the current, this is opinion now, I'm going to say this part. A lot of the current rap is garbage. So, that's one way you're going to get that dating pool going to be P and Dookie. He's got garbage from the music. You know, because the thing is, we believe what they're talking about. You know, so that's one. How's a rapper going to be the role model? Because if think about sagging. Like, you had your pants hanging off your ass. Now you're rich, popular, a celebrity with all these women with your pants hanging off you. Of course, that you can consider that a role model or somebody you want to be. But be realistic. It's not going to happen. But 1% out of a million will get that stage. And guess what? Well, when they get that stage, when they have their children, they don't send their children back to the hood with the danger where they can't provide, protect, and lead them. They send them to private schools. You know, give them the best things, provide them with the best education, the best toys, the best clothes. And they're going to lead them, hopefully, to be a better person, make more money. So, let me look at some of these comments. A person cannot lead if they are unwilling to follow and lead up others. Right. A person cannot lead if they are unwilling to follow and lead up others. Yes. Yeah, exactly right. A good leader must know how to follow. That's basic. That's rule 101. You know, that's just like saying, how can I succeed without failing? You can't. Another comment was, how often are we present in our community for the young people? How I was talking about, we are not present enough in our community. Guilty as charged. That would be me. That would be this guy. You know, no one says, yes, we are present and accounted for. Yes, fathers are present and accounted for. They are up there. Black men and black fathers, they're up there. They're accounted for. No. So, you know, as we go back to talking about the celebrities being the role models, for you older people in the audience, you can remember this comment. Charles Barkley was saying, he said it, I am not a role model. He told you. You know, told your friend, I am not a role model. Just like we talk about men and women gonna tell you who they are up front. So if you're in that pool, they tell you, hey, I'm not a good person in your relationship. They put their ass back in the pool. If it's fishing, it's like fishing. Sometimes you just gotta throw it back. Yeah. I'm not gonna hold you up today. This is gonna be pretty short. This is a pretty short one today. But I really wanted to say was, everybody's accountable for peeing the dating pool, and the choices we make, and the options we give them. Good men make more good men. Women leave stupid alone. We all need to break these cycles on both sides of the aisle. You know, so to clean the dating pool up, it's like this community thing. It's a community effort. And I, with that being said, I appreciate everyone on there who listened to me tonight, and those who will be listening on the podcast. Send me your requests on maybe some topics that we could possibly discuss. You know, DAR, date, affirm the real. We focus on positivity. And we damn sure focus on accountability. You know, this is where the real is. And nothing is more real than accountability of ourselves, what we do, how we do it. You know, without the accountability, it's going to be harder to date. So, with that being said, thank you. Tune in, subscribe, share. Also be present in your community. And let's clean the dating pool up. I'm Marcus. And you always catch us again with Kia, my babe, the other co-host. With that being said, I'm out.